I recently quit my prestigious management consulting job, and one of the biggest mistakes I see young consultants make is getting pigeonholed into industries or topics they were never interested in to begin with. Before we get into it, hi, my name is Yasi. Welcome back to my 10-part series where I spill the consulting tea. After 3 years at a top MBB consulting firm, I quit, and I'm super excited to talk about the state of the industry, the day to day, and how I strategized my exit. So, when I started consulting, I decided to do what is called a random walk, i.e., try a bunch of different industries and project types to see what I like. And honestly, it was a blast. Because I was in the Boston office, I started with some life sciences, pharmaceuticals, jumped to food and beverage. 1 year in, I actually transferred to the Los Angeles office. I did aerospace, chemicals, some oil and gas even, and eventually landed in B2B growth marketing and sales. As fun and fulfilling as that was, at multiple points in my consulting career, it actually felt like I would be taking too big of a risk by working in a completely new industry or topic area. And there was always a small fear lingering in the back of my mind that was worried about promotions and performance reviews. Here's why that is. A consulting firm is a client-serving business, and you, the talent, are an asset that best serves the client if you are clearly categorized. It's easier to say, oh, Yasi is the go-to person for consumer tech, random example, versus, oh, this is Yasi and she's done a bit of everything. So a year or two of doing the random walk is totally okay, but eventually you will start feeling the pressure to build affiliations or your platform, basically well-defined connections to certain topic areas, industries, and leaders. And this totally makes sense because constantly getting staffed through these affiliations compounds your visibility and internal impact. You can demonstrate strong staffing pull and internal demand. As a result, your next promotion or performance review will go swimmingly. This is where that huge mistake I mentioned in the beginning of the video pops up. If you forego the random walk and solve for a smoother path upward, you could end up stuck in an area that you didn't really want to specialize in. I've actually seen this time and time again, friends who are initially interested in tech or consumer, and slowly they get pulled into life sciences or corporate finance simply because they had one or two good projects in that world and they kept sticking to it because of the positive momentum. Don't get me wrong, that's not a problem if you do enjoy the work, but it can suck when you're multiple years in and you suddenly realize you've built a mini career out of something you're not actually interested in. All that is to say, the random walk is great, but comes with some trade-offs, so pursue at your own risk. Because consulting as a career can be very demanding and require sacrifices in other parts of your life, it's super important that you stay in tune with your own principles and goals. In my next video, I'll talk more about the reality behind the high attrition numbers at consulting firms and why consultants like myself feel such great pressure to build strong affiliations early on. Follow for more. I'll see you next time.